statement that has been made by the Belarus president, as whether it's true or some people, a lot of times, well, this work that we do, people try to spew or spin some of the information, and therefore, now when it comes to the UK front, trading defense 2028 time scale for long-term social care plans. A lot of people are saying that we knew, you didn't talk about it, you didn't promise in your manifesto that you're going to do something about it. So why are you saying that, well, it's going to take up to about 2028 before we have any good news coming from there? It's all coming away from STARR Radio, okay? And our hospital flu cases rising at very concerning rate. NHS England has warned. Well. So if you think that you have a flu or something, please stay away. Stay away. Don't go to the hospital. I don't think. But when it gets to that place where you cannot do anything about it, of course. But cover your nose, cover yourself. Give yourself one if you can. STARR Radio, okay. Now, Sarah Shari Taylor's father attacked in prison. Someone will say, well, isn't that they were told that this man is coming and decided, you know what? You have to show him where prepare or where power lies. What is it? Okay, 20 councillors quit labor in STARR protest. Okay? Well, before they even started, it's all started there. It's all coming away from STARR Radio. Okay, lots more going to be coming your way. I'm going to have Mr. OLAYOMI KOIKI in the next few moments. My Bishop Adesina, my Bishop, said good morning, Happy New Year to you all from our Bishop himself. And let's say Happy New Year to your colleagues at the RDE office in Lagos, Nigeria. Thank you very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, STARR Radio, okay, let's take a quick a musical break whilst we wait for Mr. OLAYOMI KOIKI to join in. And this is from Miss Isabella Elomisiama. I said, that's how far God has brought us. Enjoy it whilst we wait for Mr. OLAYOMI KOIKI to join in. Julian, good morning to you. It's a Happy New Year to STARR Radio UK, Archie, and Koikimedia. Greetings and happy returns. Greetings to all your viewers and greetings to you and every one of you. Okay, let's enjoy this tune while we wait for Mr. OLAYOMI KOIKI to make a grand entrance.
I lift my voice to say yes,
it's Ebenezer from Minister. Hello, Miss Sima, there for you this morning. Ebenezer, this is how far God has brought us. So wherever you are listening to us from, we never leave, we never lose hope, we never give in, we never give up, we continue to fight on. And I believe that somewhere, somehow, God comes through for us, right? Okay. What's away from Mr. OLAYOMI KOIKI to join me? Yes, sir, it's beautiful lyrics there. And OLAKUNLE says Happy New Year to everyone on STARR Radio UK. Much love and respect to you all. OLAKUNLE, massive good morning to you as well. I hope you're all doing very, very well. And that's what we say on this platform. Nigeria, everyone of us, right?
Eh? My toast. I'm gonna go on the radio now. And wait.
Now it's Minister. Hello, Miss Yama. We'll be having her during the course of the... I didn't get a year. Should I say, sometime next week. African radio station in London. It's a Friday edition of the morning show. It's a contemporary see out here. I can't see. Services are money. That's morning to you. So you know what? Guys, a few nuts excuse there to make sure that things take along nicely. So that next week I'll resume. Our money man, we hope that you are doing very, very well as well. I think we've got Mr. OLAYOMI KOIKI on, but we can't see him. I hope that he's working on it so that we can see his face in the year 2025, right?
Can you hear me, Mr. Archie?
As well, or you hear from there, all you concern of everything that happens in and across the globe. Well, my Bishop Adesina says it is a new year, a year of completeness. Thank you, man of God. Okay, let's take a quick commercial break, and once we come back, we'll have Mr. OLAYOMI KOIKI on. So wherever you are, don't touch the dial. STARR Radio UK.
Alright, let's try again. I've been in here. It's just a very busy morning. It's busy morning. So let's see again.
Commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for STARR, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Vedase.
Okay, welcome back to the program STARR Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, Bishop Adesina ended his quotes all. Yes, saying nothing shall be left behind. Okay, so please pray to God and trust in God that He will see us through. Yes? Okay. Now, welcome back to the program STARR Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station. You're picking one and it's now hidden again. But don't you worry. Let's see what is happening there. Yomi, can you hear me? Good morning to you.
A very good morning back to you, Mr. Archie. I can hear you loud and clear, but I'm not sure if you can see me.
Okay. Now I can't see you, but just bear with me. Let me see. Okay. You can only not see you. I don't know why. But just bear with me. We'll work on that. STARR Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station.
I think we're having a bit of a technical glitch from my end, but we're working on something else. But let's just keep rolling on, and I might.
There's an image. There is an image, not your image, though, but the president's image with the military. So
yeah, I'm not sure why mine is not coming through, but we're working on something with another device. Hopefully, we might be able to crack on that. But bear with us while we try to bring that up. But once again, let me just come back in just about a few seconds, Mr. Archie.
Okay. All right. Let's you want me to sort technical page there out with the technical team there and.
Hopefully this one will work. Let's see. Skype. Let's see. Thank you, well. Very good morning. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's see if this one works.
I think everything that the president has said, you just put whatever the president has said. But what do you think about all that? Yes. I think now we can see Mr. OLAYOMI Koiki. So let's go on. And let me say, good morning and a happy new year to you, my brother.
A very good morning to you back in the studio, Mr. Archie, and a very good morning to all our listeners and viewers from around the world and those that have connected through the sister broadcast. And I say good morning to Frank and the producer and all the technical team, and bear with us for that 13 minutes slight delay in back to you in the studio. It was just a few technicality that we were resolving, and that has now been taken care of by the team right here in the studio.
Okay, let me say thank you very much to the team up there in North London, where they are working on to make sure that the broadcast comes your way perfectly. Now, a quick one, how was the holidays for you? I mean, because when we talk about things like that, I want us to compare it with what Nigerians or what Ghanaians or what Africans, most of them were doing as compared to how you had your time here.
Well, it was a beautiful one as we were getting into the Christmas period and straight into the new year. The countdown is always quite important as well, but the most important part is that having the opportunity after over 2 decades of living in the United Kingdom, to live in where at least you can still have that meal for the Christmas, that Christmas gift. It seems that as much as we have quite a high percentage of Christians in Nigeria, but in terms of the Christmas, it seems that the poverty level has kicked in, and that means we saw just before the Christmas period, we saw almost about 3 different stampede from Ibadan to Anambra to Abuja. But the most important thing, like I said, is having that quality time with the family is very, very important. And I believe the government could do quite a lot to rectify the poverty level in Nigeria. Let me come back again to you in the studio, Mr. Archie.
Well, listen, let's STARR Radio UK. Just bear with us with some of the noise in the background, but I hope that you are. Yes, it's gone down now. But that is Mr. OLAYOMI Koiki in our North London studios, and we are bringing you updates from Nigeria. But before we come to some of the substantive points or topics that we put here, now the incident that happened in Ibadan, where there was a stampede and the children, how many children? I've forgotten, about 30 or something?
It's about 35 children, died, during the, what could have been another Christmas event, by the former, wife of, the king, Naomi, that they both herself and Oriyomi Hamzat, the media publicity have now, been held, in the prison. But again, as we were just getting over the stampede in Ibadan, we saw the same thing happening in Anambra, similar thing, and we saw the same thing just happening as well in Abuja as well. But again, it is 35 children that lost their life at this very, very, very sad incident. As I speak to you right now, we don't have the names, we don't have the pictures of these 35 children. But again, these all took place just in Ibadan, where they were meant to organize what they called a fair at the Islamic High School, Basharun, to gift about 5,000 children. But it seems that many more arrived because of the poverty level in the country.
Well, listen, it's quite a sad one thing that happened. But a quick one still there. Now, when it comes to health and safety and it comes to organizing fan fairs, because if these people did everything, they put everything, and then maybe the number of people who came in were over the top, and therefore the facility couldn't handle them. I mean, what do you think? What do you think? Is the health and safety issue there? Is it rigid enough? Is it strong enough to help protect our children?
Well, I've been listening to quite a lot of the event organizers. I believe quite more could have been done to avert this kind of incident, especially when the Women Affair was also told just prior before the event itself. I mean, we saw Queen Naomi visited the Women Affair in Ibadan, and you would have expected that things would have been taken care of before the event itself. Yes, there were some lapses, stampede does happen. In Canada, I saw a particular one as well where people were queuing, but the difference is there was no stampede. There's poverty in the UK, there's a lot of inflation happening around the world. But when you look back to Nigeria this morning, you could tell that everybody is looking for, where they can get, support when it comes to, the food support. And that, I believe, led to, the crowd. I mean, about 700 people arrived a night before. And you can imagine that people were throwing their baby across, the fence, just, as, the food situation in Nigeria is becoming quite alarming.
Wow. We say may their souls rest in perfect peace, and to the families, our condolences there. Ladies and gentlemen, STARR Radio UK, Mr. OLAYOMI KOIKI in our North London studios. I'm actually here, the South Studios, and we are bringing you updates from Nigeria. Now, let's move on to some of the substantive issues that you put across here. At least there was some good news. One of the youth who have grown up to be a world champion, boxing champion, former world heavyweight boxing champion, Anthony Joshua, paying a courtesy visit to the presidency. I mean, and virtually, we know that he hails from Nigeria as well. So how did they receive it, and how has that actually helped to maybe prop up some of the image of Nigeria?
Well, the image of Nigeria, let's take you back to, Kemi Adeosun, the leader of the conservative that battered Nigeria in the last, towards the end of 2024. And I believe, when it comes to publicity of a government, the government is also looking to get, as much of the best out of, their diaspora, to come back home and give that image that, might be of benefit, to the government. Yes, as, we were all receiving the news of Anthony Joshua. Remember that Anthony Joshua met, with the former president Muhammadu Buhari here in London. But it seems that, it's other reverse, as he has had to travel, to Nigeria and being hosted by, dignitary. The president is still probably preparing to make his way back after, being on holiday in Lagos State in his Bodilon house in Ikoyi. But like I said, the former heavyweight boxing champion Anthony Joshua Wednesday paid a courtesy visit, to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at his residence in Lagos State. Joshua, a British-Nigerian boxer and a two-time world heavyweight champion, also presented the president with the autographed glove, which is what you're watching behind me right there. And, and it was read that to the great Ashiwaju, the Jagaban of Bogor of Africa, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, this was disclosed. That is what is actually, written on the glove there. But who is Anthony Joshua? And a lot of people might know him because of his boxing career in the UK, but also is someone that hailed from Ogun State. It was also hosted by the Ogun State governor as well, and is also someone that many people believe that is a beacon to many of the youth, especially when you look at the boxing in Nigeria. Quite a lot of Nigerians are doing very well. There's a particular one that is doing well as well in Japan, and we have quite a lot of them. But the question is, can the government take advantage of this man and make that country, for some that still believe, not me, if boxing can be used, to take out the poverty? Because we know, many, Anthony Joshua also, we're not going to, I'm sure Anthony Joshua also went through a lot while he was in the UK before he became, the known person. Many of the Nigerians that are running around the street this morning, I think boxing can be used, to take them out of the poverty level. But that is if the government is serious to look into that. So, as usual, Bayo Onanuga, the president, media personality says, President Bola Tinubu receiving an autographed glove from the former world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua when he visited the president at his Ikoyi residence, timely on January 1st.
That's a good one there. But, ladies and gentlemen, Star Radio UK, Mr. OLAYOMI KOIKI, Juliet says, thanks Star Radio and Koikimedia for highlighting Anthony Joshua's travel in Nigeria. I mean, sometime, I think 2024, we had Meghan Markle also and Prince Harry also visiting Nigeria. So all these. Now, let's talk about the insecurity that is going on in Nigeria. Do you think that during this Yuletide or this holidays, whether it came down, was it better? I mean, because you have high-profile people traveling down, and did you see that it came better? Was it good?
Well, let's take you back to just prior before Anthony Joshua was arriving. Australia government released an advisory warning to their citizens traveling to Nigeria to avoid any travel. Though Nigeria has also, hit back, to the Australian, telling Nigerians to avoid traveling to Australia because of Islamophobia and many other attacks as well. But what do we know in terms of what, Australia was telling the citizens? That probably maybe the government is saying, look, if Anthony Joshua, can be in Nigeria, can also, move around, there's safety security in the country. But we do know from the statistics that 2.2 million Nigerians have been adopted, from May 2024 up to, May 2023 up to April 2024, 2.2 trillion naira has been paid. The highest paid is somewhere in the northwest, with an average Nigerian paying about 2.2 million naira. So when we talk about, security in the country, the federal government now says through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is warning Nigerians to travel to Australia to be wary of the prevailing security situation in some of the cities in the country. This was actually contained in a statement by the spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Abuja on Tuesday. The statement said the warning became imperative due to the reported cases of discrimination, harassment, verbal abuses, and target at foreigners. But this is different from Nigeria, where people have been kidnapped, killed, and also being able to pay the ransom. We're talking about since the government of Tinubu has been in power, 2.2 million Nigerians have been adopted. We don't know how many of them have been killed, but we're talking about over 2.2 trillion also have been paid for the terrorists in the country. So it seems that the government is saying, look, as much as Australia might be talking about Nigeria insecurity, but the one thing that was also highlighted in the Australia, Australia talking about Nigeria is what they call the civil unrest that might happen in 2025.
Well, is there going to be a civil unrest or not? Well, we all live to see. OLAYOMI KOIKI says, good morning, Star Radio UK, Archie, OLAYOMI, Frank, and the rest of the team. And Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year, OLAYOMI. He said, good morning, at OLAKUNLE, and Happy New Year, OLAKUNLE, there for you. Juliet says, hey, King Koiki, you are looking great, beautiful. Put in your diary an invite. They are inviting your presence in Ireland in June and July, by God's grace. So, Yomi, pen it.
Thank you so much, Julia Macapilla.
Yeah, Juliet Macapilla. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Star Radio UK. We'll go back to Yomi for the rest of the stories making the rounds. But before then, Catholic priest allegedly shoots boy dead in Imo. What happened? Was he being pursued as maybe somebody who was a criminal? And then, do priests also have guns as well? Yomi.
Well, when I got the news this morning, is another sad news that comes out of Nigeria. I mean, these are young, Nigerians that were playing during the New Year period, and I believe they were using the banger or the knockout, as you might talk about it, within the vicinity of the church, thrown into the church. We do know that there are some Nigerians that have, license to pump rifle. As long as, the government has given you the license, you can have it within your premises, but it has to be well kept. But it seems that this particular, cleric of man of God decided, to use it. But what I believe from what we heard and the police, and I'm trying to put that story up quickly, is that the weapon jammed itself after the first fire was thrown onto the air, and while he was trying to get it sorted out, it seems that one bullet was discharged. Unfortunately, that bullet killed an innocent Nigerian. He has been now, been held, and investigation is still ongoing. But again, the question is, how are the safety of weapons? We've seen a lot of killings, also, in America where, officers discharge, this weapon. Also, we've seen cases like that. Bolale Rahim was killed 2 years ago in Nigeria after an officer discharged, their firearm. We are also getting a similar incident in Ekiti State. A police officer accidentally discharged of a firearm that reportedly kills a woman in Ekiti State. But let's talk about, the particular one that you've talked about just about a few minutes ago. And I'm just going to pull that up. And I have the story here. A Catholic priest, Reverend Joseph Eninya Naya, has been arrested in Imo State for allegedly shooting a teenage boy dead after he threw a knockout inside the church. This happened during the New Year Mass held at the St. Columbus Catholic Church in Amanu, Ikeduru, a local government. We pray for the family, and like I said, as we go from there to Ekiti State, there's another firearm discharge. Ado Ekiti, a police officer accidentally discharged of a firearm claiming the life of a woman in Nigeria's southwest city of Ado Ekiti. This happened yesterday, according to the local news outlet reporting citing the police. The incident occurred near Okela police post, where the woman had reportedly gone to visit a detained husband. While standing outside the saloon opposite the station, the victim was reportedly struck by the officer's bullet, was rushed to the nearest hospital where she was pronounced dead by the medical personnel. The Ekiti State Commissioner of Police, AIG Akinwale Adeniro, was quoted as saying that the officer involved has been disarmed, detained for interrogation in line with the Police Act. Wow.
Let me say good morning to Gina for also joining in and watching us as well. But here, if a police officer wrongfully, even not wrongfully, discharges their arm, whatever it is, their weapon, whatever it is, there will be some investigation. Do you believe that investigation is going to take place in Ekiti State? And how true would that investigation be?
When it comes to investigation, let's see if we have even been able to get, the final judgment of, the death of Bolale Rahim. Like I said, Bolale Rahim was a lawyer that was eventually killed by accidental discharge of a police officer in Lagos State on Christmas Day. She was also carrying a twin that died along with her. But the Nigerian court has now sentenced Monday a police officer to death for shooting Well, it has been sent, he has been sentenced, but there's no evidence yet that that has been taking place. Maybe they are still preparing for that. Maybe that is going to happen. That is where the question is being asked from what you're saying. You know, the judge has given sentence to Monday that killed Bolanle Rahim, but that sentence has not yet been activated. Maybe it might take some process, maybe it might take some time, but I will have to monitor that and report that back to you, hopefully before the end of the year, if such has happened. It's not the first time that we are witnessing, you know, police killings across the world. But when it comes to Nigeria, there are many police brutality, and that is what led to the NSAS. If you remember, Nigerians were coming out that the officers were, intimidating and killing, innocent Nigeria. You would thought that that would have been sorted out. But like I said, we would have to wait to see if this officer in Ekiti State will be charged to the court of law and be sentenced in accordance to whatever the offense is. But after nearly a year, Justice Ibironke Harrison of the Lagos State High Court found the police officer Darambi Vandi guilty of one count of murder of Bolanle Rahim, who was pregnant at the time when she was shot dead on Christmas Day the year before, according to the report. But again, he has not been given the judgment, even though the sentence has been given by the Justice Ibironke Harrison of Lagos State, and this was in 2023.
Well, we see what happens from there, but it's all coming away from Star Radio. Okay, one of the before I hand over for you to bring you the rest that is making the rounds and on other platform, Julia says thoughts and prayers are with all the families, and really sad news. Let's hope good justice will serve and a good investigation be looked upon. Hopefully, we will see about that. But the president made the State of the Nation or a speech to the nation crossing over or in a New Year's speech. But how has Nigerians taken it? Because it captures everything. I mean, from security to finance to the economy to everything. How has Nigerians taken it as a whole?
Well, let's go to, where the analysis from the business section, because if you have to know if the country is working, you got to tell from the business sector. And we're talking about from the small scale, businesses. As we know in the UK, I'm looking out my window, it's a very quiet road. It's been like that since Christmas, going into the new year, as many people have traveled. But the continuity means that we still have the white vans that are moving around. We have things that are being done, but the LCCI, Loud Tinubu's New Year speech, highlight key themes for economic growth and development. The LCC praised Tinubu's focus on credit access, international collaboration, ethical citizenship for economic transformation in his New Year speech. Who are the LCC? These are the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Yesterday described President Bola Tinubu's New Year speech as boosting critical themes relevant to the nation's growth. Well, we would have to find out from the real Nigerians on the road, in the market, but this is what the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and I hope they're not being biased as a part of Tinubu's, game, because we know how this works. Because the president was holding Lagos for 8 years. He's still holding Lagos as we speak right now, even though he's out of Lagos State as the president. But let's just go with what they're saying. It says the themes were such that could even help Nigeria achieve our goals of becoming a $1 trillion economy through more collaboration with international community, improving the country business environment. These critical themes, it added, included the announcement of the National Credit Guarantee Company and the president's desire to work more collaboratively with the international community and its focus on ethical citizenship and shared value. In response by the Director of the General of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce, Dr. Chinyere Alamona, the situation reiterated our concerns about the consistency of policies, which is where Nigeria has failed for a very long time. Consistent. A new governor comes in, he abandoned the whole project and started a fresh project. The continuity has never been in Nigeria, even though we came back into democracy in 1999. And prior before that, as the military were moving from coup to coup, it has taken the country backwards for the last 6 decades.
Ladies and gentlemen, Star Radio UK, Julia says, my question, when will some of our African countries understand the importance of having good security for our own people? Good safety And only when we can learn how this impacts on our nation. Africa is beautiful. May our people learn to appreciate Africa. Well, that's why the Zongo man, at the end of the program, I'm going to bring you his tune. He says, the problem of Africa is the greed who run things. Those who come into power, they are so greedy, they are looking at themselves, their pockets, and their dogs. And that's it. But let's see. Maybe a new year, a new dawn. But myself and Yomi will be here to tell you everything that is happening. So at this juncture, I'm going to hand over to you, Yomi, for him to bring you the rest of the stories making the rounds of what is happening on the social media platform. Over to you, Yomi.
One dead, groom hospitalized as bride allegedly poisoned wedding guest in Nigeria. Imagine you're attending a wedding and it's been poisoned by the food or the drink that you're going to be consuming. This is happening in Jigawa State, according to the police. What do we know? A wedding in Nigeria, northwestern state of Jigawa State, has turned sour after a bride allegedly poisoned the food served at the reception, with the groom being hospitalized, one guest killed in the incident, according to the police this morning. The incident occurred in Jahun local government area of the state, according to the Jigawa State Police Command. We received a report that the bride had tainted the food served at the wedding reception, leaving the groom critically ill. What could have led this to happen? Police have arrested 2 suspects in connection with the alleged food poisoning incident that occurred during the wedding ceremony in the state. Adam revealed that the 2 suspects are the bride and another female, adding that they are now in the custody being interrogated by the Criminal Investigation Department of the command. Well, it seems that Nigeria should, prepare for the, for the hike in the tariff, for those of them that are using, the networks back home. The telecommunication companies in Nigeria propose 100% tariff hike and they await approval from the government. The telecommunication companies in Nigeria have submitted to the Nigerian Communication Commission a proposed 100% increase in their tariffs amid addressing rising operational costs, including inflation, increase in service delivery expenses. This was known by the MTN Nigeria Chief Executive Officer, Carl Toriola, made this known during an interview yesterday. Toriola expressed that it remains uncertain whether the Nigerian Communication Commission, the telecom regulator, will approve the proposal. It seems that Nigerians are being hit back to back, with many of the cases that is happening. Well, it seems that as many are preparing, for what could happen in the new year, we can go straight to, Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho's New Year message, to Nigerians that are Yorubas to beef up and prepare, for this particular year that will be the year of a push. And as many headlines are coming up with different ones, and as the spokesman, no going back on the push for Yoruba Nation. It is non-negotiable. This is coming from Dr. Chief Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as AKA Igboho, that spoke, through his spokesman, OLAYOMI KOIKI, reaffirming the quest for the Yoruba Nation, Oodua Nation. Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho used the occasion to reassure all the Yoruba people that the pursuit of the self-determination remains a steadfast and a non-negotiable. Chief Sunday Igboho, is a prominent figure in the Yoruba self-determination movement, has also extended heartfelt New Year wishes to all the Yoruba sons and daughters, both at home and in the diaspora. Through his spokesman, OLAYOMI KOIKI, Chief Igboho conveyed his prayer for the prosperous and the joyful year for everyone, and also, for the life spent by the late wife of the leader of the Yoruba self-determination, Mrs. Julie Olubusola and the wife of Professor Akintoye, that passed on to the glory of the Lord on Christmas Day. Igboho extend, greetings to the family, and also talked about, he emphasized that the collective commitment of achieving the freedom, and urged everyone to prepare for a peaceful rallies, protest that will amplify the demand for Yoruba sovereignty. Remember that just about some 2 months ago now, a letter was delivered to number 10 Downing Street on behalf of Professor Akintoye, by Igbowo and the rest of the team, Ifelodun and the rest of the Yoruba World Media. And it seems that there are many questions that are still being asked. What is the purpose of the letter? It seems that that letter is still giving a lot of concern. Also, we can give you an update of Simon Ekpa, coming from, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze as, the chief officer, taking care of the Biafra situation since Simon Ekpa has been held in Finland. It seems that the Nigerian government are still making a push, to bring back Simon Ekpa to Nigeria for crime according to the federal government of Nigeria. But it seems that the federal government is running away from going to Finland to give all the details of what we need to know of the crime against Simon Ekpa himself. And as Simon Ekpa, Nigeria submit extradition requirement to Finnish government. But let's first understand this. Nigeria doesn't have any treaty with Finland, and it will be very difficult for Finland to allow its citizens, to be taken back to any part of the world. You have to bring the case to Finland for that to be looked into. But it seems that from information, Nigerian government is running away from going to Finland to defend their case against Simon Ekpa. So according to the chief, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, Simon interrogation is advancing, and we hope the restriction will be lifted soon. He has more access to his family now in Finland. Nigeria has no extradition agreement with Finland, and Finland, like any other European Union country, does not extradite its citizens outside the region. Nigerian government is frustrated that the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa of the United States of Biafra has no case to answer and will soon be out of investigation. Please ignore the lies from the Nigerian terrorist enabler Christopher Musa, and this is coming from Ngozi Orabueze. Let's go to what is happening on the social media at exactly 11:44 this morning, as so much is being discussed. But the most part is, many Nigerians are still asking, are we truly Nigeria, or is this just this amalgamation that many will be talking about within the next couple of days? Because remember, Nigeria was amalgamated in 1914 January. But as many Nigerians are still questioning whether we are a one united country, let's listen to some of these briefly from these, as many are now questioning the Hausa Fulanis. Are they one, or are they two different people? It seems that that clarity is coming through. Let's hear this quickly.
What is going on
and this is being by the chief Mustafa, the spokesperson for the Nigerian military, speaking somewhere in Nigeria.
It's the Hausa Fulani fight. We don't mention it. That is the bottom line. The Fulani man feels anytime he comes to town, he's molested, he's killed. The Hausa man believes that the Fulani man, using his headsmen, enters his farm and destroys his crops. So it's been a long time, I'm sure you're aware, it's been a long time issue that had not been addressed. So it's a political issue.
The difference between Fulanis and the Hausa is that Fulani, they have their own tribe. They have their own language. Yes. The way they speak is different from Hausa. Yes. If you listen to a Fulani man speaking, yes, with the way a Hausa man will speak, yes, they are quite different. Yes. But what makes them to become one is that religion. They came with that religion and they said to them they are one. But yes, it's good that religion make you one. But at the same time, if you people say are one, then why, because of the religion, you later become emir in their states. A state that is supposed to be ruled and governed by a Hausa man, when you go to Kano, when you go to Katsina, they even extended into Sokoto. You even go to Kaduna, you will see it's a Fulani man. It's a place that is supposed to be dominated, it's supposed to be ruled by the people of that state. By the people of that state, but you will see a Fulani man become. So Fulani man, they are play. For me, it's like they betray them.
Well, that is a part of the, what Nigerians are reacting to, but also this came to us as well.
There is no land called Nigeria. There is no language called Nigeria. There are no people called Nigerians. We are only deceiving ourselves. We are not Nigerian. Okay, where is Nigeria? Where is the land called Nigeria? What is the Nigerian language? We are nations that are being forced together to live in one pathetic country. So anybody who goes there today to say, pray for Nigeria, that person is just deceiving himself, because the people who want to be that Nigeria are not sat down to agree if they want to be Nigeria.
The people who wants to be that one Nigeria has not agreed. And the final one coming, Tinubu regime pushing my family, destroying our businesses because I am opposing him, Peter Obi.
Quite an interesting and a lot to take in there. But listeners, I hope that you enjoy all that update coming your way from Nigeria, from our North London studios, where Mr. OLAYOMI KOIKI. But before I let Yomi go, now has the government reacted to, that's the federal government, the push by the Yoruba nation, the push by the United States of Biafra? Have they reacted, apart from the fact that they are trying to get someone ever extradited to Nigeria, which we know that Finland has not got an extraditory treaty with Nigeria, and therefore for that to come in will be quite difficult. But what have been their reactions?
Well, Tinubu will have to deal with more too. Arewa is now, taking their way out to say that the Hausa wants to have an independent. There's a video that has been released by one of their clerics saying that, we can no longer have the tolerance of, open women dressing anyhow in the north. It will be of benefit for them if they cut out of Nigeria and have their own Sharia country where they can be able to control things. The Middle Belt are saying that we are not Hausa. Stop taking us as part of Hausa, and they are pushing. So it seems that it's no longer about the Biafra and the Yoruba anymore. It's about two extra more coming onto the table, asking for the the right to self-determination. President Bola Tinubu, as many are saying that, it seems that it's pushing, on a different agenda, the agenda to remain as one Nigeria. But there are some things that he's doing that is not feeling on very, very comfortable with the northern part of Nigeria. The tax reform is coming in. He's talking about, history that Obasanjo removed. And if you have lost your history, you have definitely lost, who you are as an identity. So Tinubu has instructed that history should return back to the secondary and the primary school as quickly as possible. And that could be an exposition to who we are because of the identity theft that took place. So he's not really talking about the Yoruba nation. He's not talking about the, the Biafra, and he's not even giving any signal to whether he's a supporter of any of the two. But a lot of the Northerners are very skeptical, and they are saying that as the 2027 is moving, some are saying that hope is not another distraction that Tinubu wants to use the Yoruba nation to gain that popularity. But as Igboho says there, we remain away from politics. We remain away from the current administration. And as he has stated clearly all the time, if any of the politicians can come out and say categorically that he has been paid and they should put their children in the line as well, he will be very happy to that. For over 4 years now, no politician has come out to say Igboho has received any kind of donation or payment from them. Well,
the truth will always stand, no matter how much you try to push it down. Ladies and gentlemen, STARR Radio UK, and now on behalf of STARR Radio UK, Yoruba Nation, and all the sister broadcast stations, Koikimedia, we want to wish our Professor Akintoye and the family condolences, and we say Mama Akintoye may her soul rest in perfect peace there, as she was called into glory on the 25th, the Christmas day. And we say that it will be quite a difficult time. I mean, every Christmas you will remember it like no man's business. But well, we say may her soul rest in perfect peace. But Yomi, before you go,
well, it's a new year, it's a 2025. There's a lot to to gain out of the STARR Radio UK network. But if you don't follow and if you don't subscribe, you might miss out, because 2025 seems to be a very busy year, from prophecy to education to economy. And as we saw things happening in America, where the first terrorist attack is happening, it seems that 2025 is 1 year that has just kickstart. But make sure you tune into the STARR Radio UK with myself and Archie and the rest of the team, as we're going to be bringing you all the updates coming from Nigeria and the rest of the world. Have a very good morning, and to all those that have joined us on the sister broadcast, I say good morning and Happy New Year as we continue to celebrate the New Year.
Thank you very much, Yomi. We catch up later.
Bye for now.
Bye. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that has been Miss Online.
All right, let me first sort out my daughter. She needs to have some extra breakfast. That has been delayed. And as we continue our push, we will not give up. That is the message. We'll switch off the heater so that you still want the bread? Eh? Do you still want me to make for you? All right. Mokibu can say Happy New Year once again. Switch off the heater, please. Mokibu can say no going back. Yoruba Nation for life. Good morning, every one of us. Mokibu. Let's play this while a lot of us have listened to it before. It seems that a lot of us needs to understand that we can never be one. There's no amount of the push. Yoruba is different from Nigeria, and that is the fact. So whether you like it or not, the end of Nigeria is just coming bit by bit. And we will get there whether they like it or not.
What's going on in the northwest is the Hausa Fulani fight. You know, we don't mention it. That is the bottom line. The Fulani man feels anytime he comes to town, he's molested, he's killed. The Hausa man believes that the Fulani man using his headsmen enters his farm and destroys his crops. So it's been a long time, I'm sure you're aware, it's been a long time issue that had not been addressed. So it's a political issue.
The difference between Fulanis and the Hausa is that Fulani, they have their own tribe. They have their own language. Yes. The way they speak is different from Hausa. Yes. If you listen to a Fulani man speaking, yes, with the way Hausa man will speak, yes, they are quite different. Yes. But what makes them to become one is that religion. They came with that religion and they said to them they are one. But yes, it's good that religion make you one. But at the same time, if you people say I want, then why? You know, because of the religion, you later become emir in their states. You now, a state that is supposed to be ruled, governed by a Hausa man, when you go to Kano, when you go to Kasina, they even extended into Sokoto. You even go to Kaduna, you will see it's a Fulani man. It's a place that is supposed to be dominated, it's supposed to be ruled by the people of that state. By the people of that state, but you will see a Fulani man become. So Fulani man, they are play. For me, it's like they betray them. For me, that's for me. For me, it's like they come with a deception. You know, they come and they deceive you people, they give you the religion and they take over the resources of you people. People, the thing that you're supposed to be ruling, something that you're supposed to become dominant for it, they are the one who are dominating it. You can see that. You can see that Hausa man has never become a president in this country. Why? Because Fulani man, they have been deceiving the Hausa people. We are one because of religion, but they never become president. And Fulani, let me tell you, Fulani are not beggars, to be honest. Yes, let me just say the truth. Why is it that Fulani people are not beggars? It's because they are the one who have been hijacking the treasure of this land to themselves. They are the one who have been accumulating the treasure of this country for themselves. So there are children who are staying in the villages with their cows. They don't beg and they don't marry. They don't marry a lot of women. You never see a Fulani man marry, having many children like that. But I don't know why they came and they allowed the Hausa Fulani, they allowed the Hausas to marry to get more people, to get more population. You know, for me, they want the Hausa people to get more children, more population, so that in times of politics, you know, they talk of democracy, it's a game of numbers. So they need that numbers, and the Hausa people are the one producing those children. And you can see the people that they are using to go and to do this killing, majority are the Hausas. But the one who you will discover leading is a Fulani man. And the leader, the gang role leader is a Fulani man. While the majority that will follow behind are the Hausas. So they are using the Hausas to achieve their aim, to achieve their goal. Okay. But now I'm glad that the Hausa people are discovering the truth. Why would a Fulani man come and put something in your mind which is not the real you? They come and they check the real you. Because the Hausa man, I can assure to you, if you live with a Hausa man, it's a man that believes that he just need peace. But Fulani man, they came, they changed him. Hausa man become a toxic, he becomes so hard to understand because a Fulani man came and deceived him with a wrong way of lifestyle. What I want the Hausa to do is to stop listening to Fulani because Fulani, they bring division for us. Fulani, they are the cause of our problem that we are having today. Fulani are people that they don't forgive. Yes, that's what I had, and I believe it is like that. They can keep something for 100 of years, and they will achieve it. Our grandparents used to know that those are people that they don't used to forgive something. When they want something, they must get it.
Well, I'm sure some of you are hearing what that man is saying. Can never be tired of listening to that. Continue to play and to play with your life in Nigeria. And I
going on in the northwest is the Hausa Fulani fight. We don't mention it. That is the breakfast.
Every one of us.
The Fulani man feels anytime he comes to town, he's molested, he's killed.
Okay, why?
The Hausa man believes that the Fulani man using his headsmen enters his farm and destroys his crops. So it's been a long time, I'm sure you're aware, it's been a long time issue that had not been addressed. So it's a political issue.
The difference between Fulanis and the Hausa is that Fulani, they have their own tribe. They have their own language. Yes. The way they speak is different from Hausa. Yes. If you listen to a Fulani man speaking, yes, with the way a Hausa man will speak, yes, they are quite different. Yes. But what makes them to become one is that religion. They came with that religion and they said to them they are one. But yes, it's good that religion make you one. But at the same time, if you people say I want, then why, because of the religion, you later become emir in their states. You know, a state that is supposed to be ruled, governed by a Hausa man. When you go to Kano, when you go to Kasina, they even extended into Sokoto. You even go to Kaduna, you will see it's a Fulani man. Yeah. It's a place that is supposed to be dominated, it's supposed to be ruled by the people of that state. By the people of that state, but you will see a Fulani man become. So Fulani man, they are play. For me, it's like they betray them. For me, that's for me. For me, it's like they come with a deception. They come and they deceive you people, they give you the religion and they take over the resources of you people. The thing that you're supposed to be ruling, something that is supposed to become dominant for it, they are the one who are dominating it. You can see that Hausa man has never become a president in this country. Why? Because Fulani man, they have been deceiving the Hausa people. We are one because of religion, but they never become president. And Fulani, let me tell you, Fulani are not beggars, to be honest. Yes, let me just say the truth. Why is it that Fulani people are not beggars? It's because they are the one who have been hijacking the treasure of this land to themselves. They are the one who have been accumulating the treasure of this country for themselves. So there are children who are staying in the villages with their cows. They don't beg and they don't marry. They don't marry a lot of women. You never see a Fulani man marrying, having many children like that. But I don't know why they came and they allowed the Hausa Fulani, they allowed the Hausas to marry, to get more people, to get more population. For me, they want the Hausa people to get more children, more population, so that in times of politics, they talk of democracy, it's a game of numbers. So they need that numbers, and the Hausa people are the one producing those children. And you can see the people that they are using to go and to do this killing, majority are the Hausas. But the one who you will discover leading is a Fulani man. The gang role leader is a Fulani man. While the majority that will follow behind are the Hausas. So they are using the Hausas to achieve their aim, to achieve their goal. But now I'm glad that the Hausa people are discovering the truth. Why would a Fulani man come and put something in your mind which is not the real you?
they come and they check the review. Because the Hausa man, I can assure to you, if you live with a Hausa man, it's a man that believes that he just need peace. But Fulani man, they came, they changed him. Hausa man become a toxic, he becomes so hard to understand because a Fulani man came and deceived him with a wrong way of lifestyle. What I want the Hausa to do is to stop listening to Fulani because Fulani, they bring division for us. Fulani, they are the cause of our problem that we are having today. Fulani are people that they don't forgive. Yes, that's what I had, and I believe it is like that. They can keep something for 100 of years, and they will achieve it. Our grandparents used to know that those are people that they don't used to forgive something. When they want something, they must get it.
Which is it for you, Dr. Badaya? Do you think the government is unwilling or unable to protect the people of Southern Kaduna?
In fact, it is not only unable, it is
Ẹ káàsán o,
good reason to
ẹ
feel
káalẹ́,
that they
ẹ
are
káàárọ̀.
parcel of the killers. Let me make some revelations to you.
That's a very big allegation, Dr. Obadiah. The government is part and parcel of the killers.
Yes.
That's big.
Yes. Okay. How will the government just say, oh, it is revenge killing and so on? Then you leave it there. Oh, because it is revenge killing and so on and so forth. The body language of this administration, the body language of the state government shows clearly that they have a hand in the killings. No doubt about it. Because, you see, General Abacha, and people don't give him his due. Do you think you would have tolerated such nonsense? But let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They're already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They're everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria.
I know, start a civil war. We will get there. Let's just continue to educate more people. Listen to it again.
Is going on in the northwest is the Hausa Fulani fight. You know, we don't mention it. That is the bottom line. The Fulani man feels anytime he comes to town, he's molested, he's killed. The Hausa man believes that the Fulani man using his headsmen enters his farm and destroys his crops. So it's been a long time, I'm sure you're aware, it's been a long time issue that had not been addressed. So it's a political issue.
The difference between Fulanis and the Hausa is that Fulani, they have their own tribe. They have their own language. Yes. The way they speak is different from Hausa. Yes. If you listen to a Fulani,
Thinking about how we've been having this conversation about the unity of Nigeria. And I reflect back at some of the prominent statements made by some of our founding leaders. And I feel that probably this will help us to have a conversation
About the unity of Nigeria.
I just brought forward, not to bore you, first, and I quote, not my statement. Nigeria is not a nation.
Okay.
It's a mere geographical expression.
Okay.
There are no Nigerians.
Okay.
In the same sense as there are English,
Okay.
Welsh, or French.
Okay.
The word Nigerian is merely a distinctive appellation
Okay.
to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria from those who do not. This is accredited to Chief Obafemi Awolowo, the former Prime Minister of the Western Region. The second one, and I quote, "It is true that we politicians always delight in talking loosely about the unity of Nigeria. 60 years ago, there was no country called Nigeria. What is now Nigeria consisted of several large and small communities, all of which were different in their outlooks and beliefs. The advent of the British and that of Western education has not materially altered the situation, and the many and varied communities have not knit themselves into a composite unit." This are credited to Sir Amado Bello, former Premier of Northern Region. The third, and I quote, "Since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country, but the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs and customs, and do not show themselves any sign of willingness to unite. The Nigerian unity is only a British intention for the country." This is...
So, Moki Bugua, happy Friday, and this is the first Friday of the month of January. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI, and it's exactly 8 minutes past 12. My kitchen clock is about almost faster because we set it like that. Moki Bugua Yomo Yoruba Kakiri, as I always say. Moki wa ni kiki ola, moki wa pe Ọlọ́run tí ó dá wa ní ìran tó dá. Mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí Professor Banji Akintoye, the leader of the Yoruba Self-Determination Campaign. Látọ̀dọ̀ tí wọ́n a kí ìyàwó wọn tí wọ́n ti ṣaláìsí, jọra gbọ́dọ̀ kí wọn, even though she's no longer with us. She's a warrior, just like many other Yoruba warriors. Tagani, Fumilayo Ransom Kuti, and many more like that. Tia Aliranti Oruko gbogbo wọn straight away. Mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ k'Ọlọ́run kó túbọ̀ foríjì ìyá náà. Mo wá kí àwọn tó ṣì wà láyé tó jẹ́ àwọn ìyá wa tí wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní gbogbo different part of Yoruba land. Látọ̀dọ̀ ìyá wa Sister Elaine kò gbọ́dọ̀ kú, ìyá jagun. Mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí gbogbo àwọn groups tí a mọ̀ sí Igbowo Iron Lady. Mo kí Motivate k'Ọlọ́run foríjì ìyá wa Janet Fashakin. She was the pioneer of that and many other groups, as we all know, lórí Yoruba Nation. Mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí Olóyè Igbowo. Tàbá wá ń kí Olóyè, a máa kí àwọn ìyàwó ẹ̀, their mothers. Without them, ó máa difficult fún Olóyè láti operate bí a ṣe fẹ́. So a kí àwọn ìyàwó wọn dáadáa. Mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí ìyá tó bí èmi náà, mo wá kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin mọ́mì wa. Mo kẹ́yìn tí ẹ wà behind the scene. Mo kẹ́yìn ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, the academians of Yoruba people. Àwọn Yoruba gbòde. I have a privilege láti bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ lánàá. Most people might not be on the forum like báwa ṣe ń ṣe program, but mo lè assure wa pé many Yoruba people are working behind the scene. Mo kí gbogbo bí tí ilẹ̀ Yoruba wà ní Brazil, Cuba, Argentina. Mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí gbogbo wa pé 2025 kò ṣe kákọ̀ fẹ́nu sọ pé ó máa happen. Bí a bá support Olóyè Igbowo àti Bàbá Akintoye, the vision would not happen. Mo kí àwọn tí wọ́n attack Bàbá Akintoye, gbogbo yín náà là ń rí. Mo dẹ̀ kẹ́yìn tí ẹ̀ attack Olóyè Igbowo náà. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa. Mo kí àwọn GR1. Mo dẹ̀ kí àwọn ìyàwó tèmi náà. Mo kí àwọn family. Àwọn oníṣẹ́ méjì is to let you know that Yoruba láǹfààní nísìn láti push out of Nigeria, but ǹjẹ́ gbogbo ọmọ Yoruba ṣe tán when the clarion call is made? Àbáṣe máa tún ráhùn tó máa sọ pé no, ẹ jẹ́ ká tún lọ fún Tinubu láyè ní 2027. Option yẹn ó wà lọ́wọ́ gbogbo wa. Nígbà táwa kan ní ká má fún láyè, ẹni torí a nífẹ̀ẹ́. So this time around, tó bá ti lo ago, àbò wà lára àwọn tó ṣì ń sọ pé Koiki, ìwọ ló máa jókòó sí UK, ló máa announce fún wa pé ká jáde. Bẹ́ẹ̀ jáde problem tí yín nìyẹn, kò ṣe problem tèmi. Look, ọmọ mi nìyẹn, ó ṣe jẹun tán. Èyí tí mò ń jẹ, mo ti parí ẹ̀, mo ti wà full up already. Ebi kọ́ ló ń pa wá. And that goes to every diaspora. Kódà àwọn tó wà ní àwọn ìlú tó jẹ́ African country, wọ́n ṣe oúnjẹ jẹjọ ní tẹwà Nàìjíríà lọ. So tẹ́ bá ní ṣé wọ́n ló máa ṣàlàyé fún wa ká jáde, ìwọ lẹ́nu ẹ gbọ́rọ̀. Mo mọ̀ pé bí àwọn kan ṣe sọ, Koiki má jẹ́ káwọn yẹn kan distracted. You are a player bí Ronaldo nìyẹn nínú Yorùbá nation. Tí Ronaldo bá wà lórí pitch, kó wà lórí pitch lásán, kó má jẹ́ kó dà sí lára o. Tí mo mọ tó ń ṣe mẹ́, mo sọ fún tẹ́ bá ti ń jẹun, kẹ́ mú iPad yẹn wé. Olójú wo kò lò. Ronaldo àbí Messi bá wà lórí pitch, àbí Oyama, àbí ṣé Oyama lẹ́ ń pè, Man U tẹ́ perform dáadáa, Man U kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀? Perform dáadáa, perform kẹjẹ́ kó rí wá wù, àwa ọmọ Man U. Tí Ronaldo bá wà lórí pitch, Ronaldo lè mi. Tó bá gba síbẹ̀ yẹn, tó gbá bọ́ọ̀ lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn, Ronaldo mọ bí bọ́ọ̀ yẹn ṣe máa control padà wá. Torí tẹ́ bá ti gbé bọ́ọ̀ fún, ó mọ bó ṣe máa ṣe. So àdúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run, àṣìṣe débẹ̀ ni. Mo wá kí gbogbo àwọn tó ń ṣàìsùn. Yes. Àwọn tó ń ṣàìsùn. Mo kí PA bàbá Akíntóyè. Ọbalọ́lá. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn security tó ń bá wa tọ́jú bàbá. Mo kí àwọn chef, mo kí àwọn medical personnel. Bàbá is strong, so there's nothing for us to be worried about. Ká kàn máa fàdúrà ràn lọ́wọ́ ni. Mo máa ń sọ fún yín pé ìjà ẹ̀sìn òun kọ́ la gbé dání. And yesterday we proved that again. Àǹfààní ni mo pè yá wa kan. I won't go into all the details. Because mo sọ fún yín pé àwọn information kan wà, wọ́n máa wà classify. Mo wá pè wọ́n náà ṣe kírun tán ni. Mo kàn ń kọ́ tẹ̀ ní o. Torí mo fẹ́ fún yín ní gbogbo background ẹ̀. Wọ́n ní bó ṣe ń pè mí ẹ, mo wà lórí ìrun ni. But báwọn bá rí kọ́ọ̀lù ẹ, báwọn ṣe parí ìrun yẹn, àwọn rí páwọn rí kọ́ọ̀lù mi, kò ṣe pé nígbà tí wọ́n ń kírun ni wọ́n rí kọ́ọ̀lù tó ń bọ̀ after tó sùjú tó sálámọ̀. So I'm a Muslim. And I still remain a Muslim. Muslim ni mí, ẹ̀rẹ̀ lè lé wa kúrò nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. So mo máa ń wonder táwọn kan bá náà ń jẹ́jà ẹ̀sìn. Àwa gan lẹ́ẹ̀ká máa jàjà ẹ̀sìn. Àwa tá gbé Yorùbá nation dání. Ìjẹ̀sìn kan la gbé dání. I have stated this clearly. Láti ọdún 4. I was born, raised as a Muslim. Alhaji dẹ̀ ni bàbá mi. So gbogbo ẹ̀ tẹ́ máa attack Allah, attack Allah dáadáa, a jọ máa gbé nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ni. Ẹ gbọ́ mi. Kí ni mo sọ? Gbogbo wa jọ máa gbé nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Àti Mùsùlùmí o, àti Kristẹni o, àti oníṣẹ̀ṣe o, gbogbo wa jọ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ni. Allah gbogbo bẹ́ ṣe ń sọ yẹn. It's okay. Ẹ lè lé Muslim, ẹ lè lé Islam kúrò nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, kò possible. Kí ni mo sọ kò possible? Báwo sí láyé ẹ̀sìn Islam á ṣe máa lọ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá? Àbẹ́ ni ẹ̀sìn àbáláyé wa tá ń pè ní ìṣẹ̀ṣe, ẹ lè molest ẹ mọ́, ẹ tó bẹ́ẹ̀. Nobody will disrespect any religion. Do your own thing. Èhun là ń sọ. Àwọn olóṣèlú gangan, àwọn ni wọ́n ń dá wàhálà yẹn sílẹ̀. Nígbà tí mo pè wá ìyá wa ìlànà, wọ́n wá pè mí padà. Wọ́n ní Koiki, báwọn ṣe kírun tán. I called her on video call. And she brought out a Bible. Wọ́n ní Psalm, èmi gan, àwa gan tó ń sọ fún pé ká sọ fún yín pé kẹ́ lọ máa ka Psalm, mélòó la fi rántí? Wọ́n ní Psalm kan wà tí bàbá wa kan ti fún wa pé inú Bible ni Psalm yẹn wà. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ kẹ́ gbọ́ bíbáyìí. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń attack ara yín lórí ìjà ẹ̀sìn. That is what the politician wants. So that kẹ́ni wa kó má bàa kò lé àwọn lórí níbi táwọn ti ń jẹ tí wọ́n lè jẹ. ebi ò pè mí. I keep say ẹni tó wà labroad ebi ò lè pa. Possibility pé bí máa pààyàn labroad á jẹ́ pé nìyẹn obi ó ti bí àkọ́kọ́ rán pẹ̀lú brain ẹ̀. Ìyá wa ìwà ń fi Bible wọ̀n mí. I'm talking about ọ̀rọ̀ tó ìtì pẹ̀lú eléyìí. Wọ́n ní báwọn ṣe kírun tán, àwọn máa wá ń gbé Bible yẹn, àwọn máa wá lọ sí Psalm yẹn, wọ́n ti fi nǹkan sáàrin Bible yẹn, kíní bí tó máa fi máa ṣí page yẹn. Wọ́n wá ń ka Psalm yẹn láti fi ṣàdúrà fún Olóyè Ìgbòho. Do you see that? Ṣé rí pé tá bá ń sọ fẹ́yìn tí ẹ̀ ń jàjẹ̀sìn pé ẹ̀kan àtàkàrà yín to get distracted by the politician. En tó bá wùn ní right láti lọ sí Mecca. En tó bá dé fẹ́ lọ sí Mecca, tó bá jẹ́ pé Ọ̀ṣun Òṣogbo ló ń ṣe ni. Let them do. En tó fẹ́ lọ Jerusalem. But in tá sọ ni pé a fẹ́ Yorùbá land, a fẹ́ gba Yorùbá country, a fẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation, a fẹ́ ní independent, a fẹ́ ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń lọ sí Benin. Ó dà pé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ̀ tí understand. Ẹ mọ̀ kí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń wọnú Benin Republic, ìlú mi lẹ́wà yẹn. Ṣebí gbogbo àná la máa ní ìwọ tó dé Benin gan rí, o tí dé Benin rí. O ṣáà ń gbọ́ táwọn sọ pé tó bá lọ Benin Republic, kò ń ṣe England o, kò ń ṣe UK o, kò ń ṣe America o, kò ń ṣe sa. Tó bá dé Benin Republic, wàá rí pé atẹ́gùn kan máa fẹ́ sí ẹ lára. Ṣe jẹ́ ká divide Nigeria, kódà ká lè ní separate country. Intan sọ nìyẹn. Intan sọ nìyẹn tó ń di kò yé wa. Tinubu máa fún wa ní restructure. Kí la fẹ́ dúró de restructure fún nígbà tá bá lè gba country yẹn nísìn. Mo kí Aziz Gbadesere, mo kí Yemi Fatoki, mo kí Ọba ní Jésù, mo kí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń bẹ l'Abuja, mo kí